In the 1800s, pretty much all physicists believed that the universe was filled with an invisible substance called the luminiferous ether. That is until the Michelson Morley experiment came along and accidentally dunked on it so hard that it just seems kinda dumb today. By then, light was pretty well understood to behave as a wave. And in every other situation, waves have to have a thing, or medium, that they're traveling through. Ocean waves travel on the surface of water, and sound waves travel through whatever medium they're going through by creating waves of pressure. So honestly, it makes a lot of sense that people would believe that there's some ethereal substance that light has to travel through. And that substance would have to be literally everywhere because we know that light travels through the vacuum of space. So there was this German-born American physicist named Albert Michelson who, as a student, became a master at measuring the speed of light and developing optical instruments. The speed of light that he measured was within a few thousandths of a percent of our current figure for the speed of light. So he thought of a way to use his precise ability to measure light as a way to measure the flow of luminiferous ether, or the ethereal wind. Just like throwing a paper airplane in regular old wind, you would imagine that light would move faster if it's moving along with the flow of the ethereal wind. And Earth would be absolutely zipping through the ethereal wind. Just as a starter, we're in orbit around the sun at about 67,000 miles an hour. And the sun itself fucking bolts around the galaxy, and there's all sorts of relative motions going on. He made what's called a light interferometer, and later perfected it with his colleague Edward Morley. The interferometer has a light source that's directed at this half-silvered mirror right over here. So half of the light can just travel right on through to this mirror, and the other half of the light gets directed perpendicular up to this mirror up here. Then those beams converge at the half-silvered mirror right here, and half of the beams go back down to the light detector. So what's cool about it is it makes each beam's path travel perpendicular to the other one. So whatever direction the beams are headed, in relation to the flow of the luminiferous ether, there's going to be a slight luminiferous headwind or luminiferous tailwind. And that would slow down or speed up one of the beams in relation to the other beam. But no matter how the machine was rotated, the beams always arrived in sync. They even waited 6 months till the Earth was on the other side of its orbit around the sun, so it would be traveling in a different direction against the luminiferous ether flow. And they never found any shit to do with luminiferous ether, and it's regularly called one of the most significant null findings in the history of science. It forced us to question our assumptions about the nature of light, and it was a key experiment in the development of modern physics, including relativity and quantum physics. Not to mention that interferometry itself has become a huge part of modern physics. LIGO, which first measured gravitational waves in 2015, is basically a big-ass Michelson interferometer.